Did you not understand the question, Mrs. Manning? Would a good father convince the woman he claims to love that her son died in childbirth?
You're twisting everything around.
Does a good father fake the death of a day-old infant and then foist him on total strangers in a foreign country?
It's complicated.
Really? Sounds simple to me. You gave birth to a son by the complainant, Todd Manning, who then turned around and foisted him on total strangers in a foreign country. Sounds like a dry run for what he later tried to pull with Tommy McBain.
Please treat anyway. I'm not trying to build a pyramid anytime soon.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
You know, they should teach us something we can actually use, like understanding your girl freak 101.
What are you looking at me for?
What, did you and Star hit a road bump?
We had a little argument.
Oh. Yeah, well, you got it easy, okay? Because at least with Star, you know what you're arguing about. Langston, she just gets pissed and runs out. I give my left leg to know what was up with her.
Hi, Dr. Lord. Is Star around?
No. In fact, I'm surprised she isn't with you.
I got distracted at school. I must have missed her.
She's going to be home in a minute. Why don't you wait?
Oh, no, it's okay.
I insist. Besides, it's tea time. You've spent so many nights here in this house. My goodness. Don't you think it's time that we got to know each other a lot better?
Do you know who I am, Lindsay?
We should call our doctor.
No, wait, no, not yet. I think you might be getting somewhere.
Lindsay, it's Bo. And Will's here too. We're both here for you. Can you say something? Let us know that you're okay.
Objection! Opposing counsel is badgering the witness.
Dial it down, counselor.
When you learned what Todd did to his own son, and we're talking about the first one, Jack, did you still want him to be a father to your kids?
No.
Look, Antonio, I can't talk right now, man. I'm understaffed.
What do you need?
Aren't you on duty?
I had the afternoon off. Jamie's at a play date.
Look, this is not the right time for you to be around here, all right?
Why, the commissioner wants over?
Why? Want to know why? Because I'm going to fire that piece of work the second she walks through that door. Okay, that's why.
Sweet. All right, I'll check you later. Sorry I'm being so noisy. I'm running late, and I am the world's worst multitasker. No worries. I can't find the shirt I wanted to wear tonight. Can you believe I've been here all of one day, and I'm already losing things? I'm driving you crazy, aren't I?
Girlfriend, relax. You look like you're about to pop a vein.
I keep cutting it too close to my shift. But I'm working on it, I swear. I do not want to mess up this whole roommate thing we've got going. Okay. You really need to take a deep breath. I'm serious. And why should you bust your butt, changing your routine now? It's going to change anyway when you win that bet with Christian. Piece of cake. Hi, Talia. What's up?
I made up an imaginary boyfriend for my boss's benefit, and now he wants to meet him. Please help me. Please.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Todd made mistakes, but he...
Mistakes? You've got quite a talent for understatement.
Yeah, and you got quite a talent for being a bitch.
Not in my courtroom, Mrs. Manning.
Look, what Todd did was wrong, but he had his reasons.
Pray tell.
Well, first of all, he did not know that Jack was his son.
Reason enough to dump your wife's kid in the third world without a trace.
I'm not saying what he did was right. But when Todd found out, he tried to move heaven and earth to bring his son back.
What happened when Todd brought the baby back? How was he presented to you?
He told me that the baby needed a home and that I should adopt him.
Your own child? That doesn't make any sense.
He didn't tell me that it was my son.
He lied. When did you find out the truth?
Jack came down with an inherited disease. It was the same disease his sister Star had when she was younger.
So you put two and two together?
Jack's bone marrow donor was the same donor that saved Star.
Wait, now let me get this straight. Your son had a life-threatening illness, a condition that might have been planned for, perhaps even prevented. Had the complainant been honest with you from the start, had he never given the infant away in the first place. But instead, Mr. Manning kept up the lie, perpetuated it, almost to the end of his own son's life, just to punish you.
You're twisting everything around.
Am I? Or did your husband? Ask yourself, Mrs. Manning, is anyone as important to Todd Manning as Todd Manning himself?
You know, when Nora told me what happened, I thought about calling out the big gun. Little Matthew. He cares a lot about you, Lindsay. Nora said that when she was sick, all of those months, that it was Matthew who actually brought her out of it. He'd always show up and he'd just keep talking to her and talking to her. And she heard him. Even in a coma, she heard everything that he said. I guess he has a way with words. Better than his old man, but I'm gonna give it a try. Because it's you. Just wish you knew how many people care about you and want to protect you. Like me.
Star hasn't cornered the market on listening skills. Come on. Spit it out.
I got into a fight with my boyfriend, with Marco. It's no big deal.
Oh, did you come to the right place? I tell you, I've had more than my share of, shall we say, disagreements with men. Oh. What happened?
He started butting into all sorts of things that were none of his business. And I mean, I really like him, but that doesn't give him an all-access pass.
You don't want to compromise your independence.
Why should I?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
You are?
Absolutely. I mean, men, well, some of them can be very unreliable, whereas your own personal values and standards, those are forever. Like family. I'm sure your parents would agree with me.
Yeah.
Of course, how would I know? I've never met them. I got it. Yes, absolutely. I am going to give a little dinner party. Something très intime, you know, just you, your parents, me, of course, Star and Blair. We'll get to know each other over a delicious gourmet meal.
That's not possible. My parents are still overseas.
But you said they were coming back home weeks ago.
I lied.
If you spent one moment with Jack and Star, you would realize how much they adore their father. And Todd, his children mean everything to him.
What steps did you take to protect your children after you discovered Todd lied about your son, Jack?
I sued for full custody.
What else?
Isn't that enough?
Did you take the 2 kids to Hawaii?
On a vacation.
You didn't transport them across 6 time zones to prevent Todd from
I
kidnapping
took
them?
my children to Hawaii for fun.
Was it fun when Mr. Manning showed up and tried to forcibly remove Star and Jack from your custody?
Objection. Argumentative, Your Honor.
Counselor?
I'll rephrase. Did Mr. Manning...
He did not.
What? Succeed in absconding with your children? And that was thanks to the intervention of Sam Rappaport and Taya Delgado. Isn't that correct? But during the kidnapping attempt, didn't the would-be getaway vehicle capsize in the middle of the Pacific, almost drowning Ms. Delgado, Mr. Manning, and his hired help? Am I correct in saying that your children might not be alive today had they fallen into your husband's clutches? Do you honestly think that he would have had the foresight to put Star and Jack in life jackets when he couldn't do the same for Margaret Cochran when she was 8 months pregnant?
You know, you can manipulate the story any way you want. But the truth is, Todd loves his children, and he would do anything for them. And we're going to raise our children in a safe, loving home.
By our children, do you mean to include Tommy McBain?
Absolutely.
Well, then I'm doubly concerned. Because that would mean they would have Todd on the one hand, rapist, attempted kidnapper, attempted murderer, and then there's you. Repeat patient at St. Anne's Psychiatric Hospital, and an attempted murderer twice over. Tell us, Mrs. Manning, what will you do if your husband loses custody? Push Marcy McBain out a window like you did to Taya Delgado?
Hey, you lay off my mom! If you want to know what my parents are like, you ask me.
I have no idea how to handle this. But you're sane. So tell me what to do. I didn't realize you had company. I'm sorry.
Oh, Sarah's my new roommate. Adriana left me to shack up with the rest.
Hi. Well, how to run. See you, roomie.
I'll be by there later.
Cool. Look, I hate to dump this all in your lap. I'm sorry.
No apologies. You saved my life and my best friend's lives. As far as I'm concerned, you can walk through that door saying whatever you want. Now, do you need me to call in Adriana for...
No. God, no. She's related to the problem.
How? You said you had a boyfriend. I thought you were single.
I was. No, I am. I am single. I've been single for a very long time. But the point is, Antonio's at Capricorn right now waiting to meet him.
How did that happen?
Because I made him up. But what does that matter? The point is, I have to be at Capricorn with a guy on my arm in 15 minutes, and all I have is a figment of my imagination.
Okay, there's something I'm not getting here.
Wait a minute, wait. Aren't you an actor? Right? Okay, don't you have actor friends who could pretend to be my boyfriend George for like an hour?
Oh! George!
Yeah, didn't you watch the Brady Bunch? Jan? Whatever. It worked for her.
Why would you make up a fake boyfriend and tell Antonio about it? Oh, please. Please. Tell me you're not hot for your boss.
Sarah books bands. The way she serves tables, she'll never get enough promotion.
Fire her, man. I trust you.
Can't fire her, man. She needs the job.
Well, then, cut her pay or demote her to dishwasher. Charge her for the glassware, but do something, man, before you have a coronary.
She moved out, you know. Now she has to make rent for real.
This is the same girl that refused to take money from her family based on principle.
Yeah.
You looking for this? Why don't you talk to her? You know, I mean, just lay down the law and tell her what the stakes are. I'm sure she'll do better. If she doesn't, well, then you did your best, and you can cut her loose with a clear conscience.
Right.
And that's not what you want.
What I want is for this place to run smoothly, with or without Sarah Roberts.
Hey, boss. I'm late, but I'm here and I'm ready to rock. Where do you want me?
Langston, why would you say your parents were coming home when they weren't?
Look, I know how it must look. My parents are always away, and I'm a minor, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, honey, it's a lot more than blah, blah, blah. You need your parents.
But they give me everything I need. I mean, I'm proud of them. They go all over the world traveling to help people who are in need.
Well, that's wonderful. But what about their own daughter?
Well, I'm totally fine. I'm healthy. I'm happy.
I would feel a lot better if I could talk to them directly. Would you mind giving me a number where I can reach them?
I can't.
Young lady, I understand your feelings, but unless you're specifically directed to voice them, you're to keep quiet. Understood? I'll allow a 15-minute recess. Use it wisely.
All rise.
What in the world are you doing here, Star? I want to testify. No.
No.
Put me up there. I can win.
Did you hear what I just said?
Dad, we are getting our butts kicked, and I can change.
You're not even supposed to be here.
How many times have I told you that I can handle this? The lawyer is nothing compared to Brittany.
Come on, the stakes are much higher here in court.
I know, Mom. It's win or lose my baby brother. I get that. I want him to come home, too.
She's got a point. We got ambushed. It's not looking good.
No.
Come on. You saw that lawyer. She's out for blood.
Sweetie, if I put you up on that stand, I look like the kind of father she's been describing me as.
She's already made you look like a horrible father. And the only way to change that is for me to go up there and tell them that you're not. Don't be worried about me, okay? I can handle this.
What do you say?
Okay.
I'll inform the court.
You sure about this?
I'm not going home until they have to hear what I say.
Something's up. They're going to use Star to humanize Todd and Blair.
This is bad for us, isn't it?
Not if I can help it.
Forget what I said, all right? I was just tripping.
You know, I'm gonna make it up to Star. Apologize.
Really?
Why not?
Pride?
You see, with Star and me, usually honesty helps. Except this time it didn't, so I'm gonna suck up my pride and apologize for arguing.
Yeah, but what if that doesn't work?
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. All right, well, that's enough male bonding for one day, so I will catch you later.
All right, see you.
Good luck with Langston.
Thanks.
What do you mean you can't give me a telephone number for your parents?
Well, I would, but they can't be reached by phone.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, well, phone signals are a security risk where they are. There's rebel separatists, and they'd be toast if the wrong people found out they had satellite phones.
But surely they set up something. You need a contact person?
Yeah, you know what? I have the information at home, and I just need to go and find it. So tell Star I'll catch her later.
Langston, I hope you don't misunderstand my concern.
I get it. You care just like Marco cares.
Well, there's a lot more to that boy than I gave him credit for.
See ya.
I should have been at your arraignment. I was with you every step of the way, and then I dropped the ball. I think, I don't know. Doesn't matter, I'm here now. And whatever you need, I'm gonna be there for you. You say the word and I'll come running.
You may be seated.
How are you doing today, Star?
I'm okay.
Good. Nervous at all?
Not anymore.
Good. Could you please describe your parents? Tell this court what they mean to you.
I can say that I love my parents more than anything in this world, but that wouldn't be true. They are my world.
Take your time.
My mom has an amazing voice. Seriously, if you heard her sing, she'd make you cry. And I inherited a little bit of her talent. It actually got me the lead in my high school musical last year. I guess that really has nothing to do with this right now.
No, it's absolutely relevant. Nurturing a child's talent is extremely important.
I had the worst time last year in school. Someone was making my life a living hell. I wanted to curl up and disappear. But then this gift that my mom had, that she had given to me, that gift, it meant so much to me. I didn't feel like a loser anymore. I felt special because being Blair Kramer's daughter made me feel special. And my dad, he has had to work for every little thing in his life. Last year, he got the death sentence, and I thought that I was never going to see him again. But then he came back. He came back to us because he loved us so much. Talk about heroes. My parents are like super parents. Sure, they can get annoying. They check my homework and they grill my friends to make sure that they're not bad influences, but they make me feel better about myself. My mom and dad aren't perfect, and they make mistakes, but they don't deserve this. My dad doesn't deserve to have his son taken away from him, Your Honor. So please, just let us take him home.
Thank you for your words here today, Star.
Judy, please go easy on her.
I am here to make sure you and Michael keep your son. Okay then, Star. Just a few more questions and all this will be over, okay?
No, I do not have the hots for Antonio. I don't really know where you got that idea from.
From the smoke signals you've been sending up for the last 5 minutes?
Not been sending up smoke signals.
Hey, I think it's great. You're great. He's great. Two greats together make
Don't. Look, I don't know how to get through to you, but...
You mean get one over on me, right? Because now that I know. And what you really want to know is what you should do about it.
He's my boss. And he's still hung up on his ex-wife.
He's a hottie. He's single.
He thinks they have a boyfriend named George.
So break up with the fake one and get with the real thing. What?
I can't do that. I can't just show up to Capricorn and be like, oh, we broke up. It's, he'll see right through me, He'll get me to talk. He'll ask me questions. I can't, that can't happen.
No.
Layla, tell me what to do.
That's between you and the gods of chance. All I'll say is, find out how long you can keep this up for. And you better figure it out quick, because you are late to meet Antonio. now I'm really ready. So, where do you want me?
Yeah, Chris. Where are you going to put her?
Actually, we need to talk, Sarah. So
Wait.
over.
Whoa. Is that my shirt? I have been looking everywhere for this.
I found it under the couch.
You washed it?
It was covered in dust, Sarah.
That's so sweet. Thank you. One of us must have kicked it under there by accident.
Or one of us must have shoved it under there when she couldn't cram it into that one suitcase she lives out of.
I like my theory better.
Whatever. We need to talk.
Oh, wait. Hold that thought. Be right back. Sarah Roberts, tell me something good.
You washed her shirt?
Shut up.
First, I wanted to say you're very brave to take that seat and defend your parents here today. I'm not sure I would have been that brave at 14.
15. And the brave stuff I get from my parents.
Point taken. Tommy's adoptive mother, Mrs. McBain, she's one of your teachers at school, correct?
Yes.
You also babysat for her, right?
Yes.
Having been to their home on several occasions, how would you characterize the McBains as parents?
Well, I would say that they loved him.
Would you say Tommy was happy with them?
Well, that's all he knows.
Your Honor.
Please answer the question.
Yes, Tommy seemed happy with them.
Do you think he would be consistently happy living with your parents?
Of course he would.
Were you happy when you ran away from home in the spring of 2004?
Well, I ran away to be with, I don't know, maybe me and my parents had some problems.
Some problems? I guess you inherited your mom's gift for understatement, too.
Objection.
Sustained.
What happened the next time you tried to run away from home, this time with your boyfriend, Cole Thornhart?
We didn't end up leaving.
Why not?
Because, my dad came and he stopped us.
How did he stop you?
I'm sorry.
What did your father do?
He grabbed Cole.
Where?
Around the neck.
Choking him?
Yes.
Excuse me?
I said yes.
You said earlier this year you were having a rough time at school. Someone was, quote, making your life a living hell. Were you referring to a Brittany Jennings?
Yeah.
Can you please tell the court about an incident at your school at last year's Halloween party involving Ms. Jennings?
Miss Manning, please answer the question.
She rigged this show to embarrass me about stuff that my dad did.
What stuff?
Judge, listen, can we stop this?
She is a child!
You should have considered that before you allowed her to take the stand. Now sit. One more outburst and you're out of my courtroom.
What did Brittany do?
She made a slideshow telling the whole school that my dad raped someone.
And how did it feel to be known as the child of a rapist?
It was humiliating, but I never wished for another father.
You didn't. But Tommy might. Withdrawn. I'm done with this witness, Your Honor.
This court will reconvene in 10 minutes.
All rise.
Sir.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Hey! You and me? We're gonna go at it.
You know, I mean, most people would think that Sarah left that shirt behind so that she could come back to the place.
Yeah? Well, they'd be wrong.
Well, you know, the last thing I'm pushing for is a workplace romance. I mean, the last thing we need is a sexual harassment suit.
We need to talk.
That's right, we do. About your job.
I'll be around.
I'll see you later. Look, Sarah, you can't be showing up late like this.
Yeah. Show up on time. I get that. It won't ever be a problem ever again. Guess why? Because I have officially been promoted. Tomorrow night at Capricorn, guess who's gonna light it up? Timbaland. Yeah, Timbaland. Because I am just that good.
Hey, Talia. George. Where's the guy? Is he on his way?
So the thing is, I wasn't completely honest with you about George.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry. You go first.
I didn't mean to get on your case before. And if there's things that you don't want to talk about, I'll try to keep my mouth shut.
That means a lot to me. Really? Can we get out of here?
Yeah.
I need to see you right away.
He kept hedging, but he wasn't completely negative, right?
No, that means there's reason to hope. Hey, you know what? When Matthew found out you were in town, he just about flipped. Any chance you couldn't come by, toss the ball?
Yeah, no, of course. I'd love to, yeah.
Okay.
You know what, guys? I have another case I need to check on, so I'll meet you back at Ace's.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Hey, you. If you can hear me, I really need you to hurry up and get well, okay? Because Will is just, he's really hurting, and Bo is having a hard time too, and a lot of us are. But if this is anything but the real McCoy, you better just fake your way back to reality really quick, because if I find out that you are faking this, I'm gonna hunt you down and make you wish that you were catatonic.
Come on, Star, let me take you.
No, Cole, I can't leave him here like this.
Star.
God, I'm so sorry. You know that I didn't mean it. I tried my
No,
hardest.
I know you did. I know you did. You did great. I'm so proud of you. Unfortunately, it's not over. I want you to keep believing in this, okay?
Of course I do.
Okay. Would you mind taking her?
Yes, sir.
I love you.
Love you too.
I stabbed my own family in the back to spare you the kind of pain, to keep you from finding out about Tommy in some horrific way. What do? You stick your evil attorney on my daughter?
No, I did not want that to happen. I did not want that to happen, Blair. I am just trying to keep my son.
We are sorry. But we didn't ask for this. Honestly, what would you do?
All rise. Order in the court. We are now back in session. Counselor Guthrie, please call your next witness.
I call Dr. Michael McBain, Your Honor. Dr. McBain, you've been previously sworn in, and at this time the oath is still binding.
Yes, I understand.
Good. You're a surgical resident at Landview Hospital, is that correct?
That is correct.
About how many hours per week does that entail?
About 80.
Sounds like you're pretty busy.
I do okay.
How's the pay?
Average right now. But I am a physician, and I will be getting a considerable bump once I complete my residency. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of my wife and son, if that's what you're getting at.
Your son. Yeah, I'm curious. Can you please tell the court exactly how And at what point you found out that Todd Manning was Tommy's real father?
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live. You think I'm lying?
Through your teeth. Got a problem, but I need your help.
When did you find out that Tommy was Todd Manning's biological son? Did you know the truth and conceal it?
Watch weekdays on ABC, weeknights on SoapNet.